Okay, we're out here in Suwanee Town. Let me tell you something. Bush's Grillin' Beans, the most amazing beans, baked beans you'll ever have. Got some lamb cooking up.
And the dog says it's the best.
And here's who we have. One of my hunting buddies, Ron. He's going to tell his story.
AKA Hogbuster.
AKA Hogbuster.
AKA Hogbuster.
We're at a campsite, and after I get done cooking my meal, we are going to interview Ron. And you've had how many Bigfoot encounters?
2.
Visually saw 2 of them.
Yep. Lower Swanee and Mallory Swamp.
All right. Well, this story's coming right up.
All right.
Okay, we're live. We have Ron the Hunter. Ron, you got a couple stories for us. Crypto stories.
Yeah.
Scripted.
Bigfoot stories.
Bigfoot. Ron, you're a hunter.
Yep.
How long you been hunting?
40 years.
So you are a avid woodsman.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not going to see a bear and mistake it for a Bigfoot.
Nope. Nope. I've seen bears.
You've
I've
seen bears
Bigfoot.
in the woods.
Yep. They're here in Lower Swanee.
You ever seen a bear walking on 2 feet?
Nope. And bears have orange collars on them usually.
Have you ever been with an amateur and take them out in the woods and have them mistake a bear for a Bigfoot?
Not yet.
I haven't either. That's what a lot of people use that as an excuse.
Yep.
So I've known you for a few years, and I've heard some of your stories, but tonight was the first, since we're talking about Bigfoot, you told me you actually saw Bigfoot hunting in the woods in Florida.
Yep. Small game season.
Small game season. Were you with somebody?
My brother-in-law.
You with your brother-in-law.
Sitting side by side in little stools out in the woods.
So you're still hunting on stools.
Yep. With 22s.
In Florida. What county?
Dixie County.
Dixie County. So that's mid-Florida?
That's right here in Lower Swanee, Dixie County.
Lower Swanee. We're in Lower Swanee right now.
Off the Dixie main line.
Yeah. Billy's here over there in the hammock. I'm Eric, and we are sitting here hunting, and we're camping, and we're going hunting in the morning. We're just hunting today. And so these experiences you had, how long ago were they?
Wow. 4 years.
4 years ago, so
Yep.
it's recent.
Yep.
Okay, so you were sitting there in the stools, and you were with your brother-in-law. What time of day was it?
Evening hunt.
Evening, so it's the second hunt of the day.
But yeah, last hour of daylight or so.
Okay, so the sun was getting ready to go down,
Yeah.
which is normal. for hunting.
5:30.
Okay, so what time of year was it?
That'd be January.
January.
Yep.
So January right around 2014.
Yep. Small game.
Small game season. So have you ever seen Bigfoot in your life before this?
One other time at Mallory Swamp.
Mallory Swamp. Well, let's
Yep.
talk about this most recent one
Yep.
first, since we already covered it. So you were sitting there. How long were you sitting there before you saw it?
Oh, we were there. We probably got in the woods around, I'd say about 2 o'clock. Got way back there because it was a good little jog through some creeks and stuff like that, tidal creeks.
So you're sitting there for 3 hours?
Yeah, waiting for the hogs to move because we had a lot of good sign. We knew there was hogs in the area.
Okay.
And so we were just waiting. And next thing I know, I hit my brother-in-law because all these hogs were running towards us. And we look over to the side, and I said, look, you can see this thing coming through the creek. It was on 2 legs, and it was chasing these hogs. All these hogs, and I'd say at least 20 of them, ran right past us, scared. Not scared of us, which they usually run away from you when they see you. They were running towards us. And when I threw my scope up to get a better look at it, I said, dude, this ain't no bear, it's on 2 legs. And I said, it's gotta be Bigfoot. Gotta be. What else is walking around on 2 legs out there? I was gonna cap it. But as soon as I had a better scope picture, it was already gone into the pines, the hardwoods of the little woods right there, which is like pines and cypress, and, hardwoods. And that was the last I seen it. Didn't see it no more. And then all them hogs just, they hauled ass right past us.
So what did Bigfoot do? Turn off when it saw you, or?
It was after, I guess, going after them hogs. But I guess when he seen me move, because I had to readjust in the chair, makes noise to get a better aim, to get a better shot. And
so Bigfoot got a glimpse of you moving.
I'm pretty sure he picked up our move or sensed something wasn't right, because he took off. I mean, he went the opposite direction as the hogs went. The hogs were coming towards us. He went off like to the right, where the hogs were originally at the beginning. And it was all probably, 50 to 75 yards from me. Open area because it's all cypress,
So how long did the encounter last for the sighting?
Probably a minute.
A minute.
Time I seen it and everything was going down. It wasn't
Did it
a long
at any
one.
time get down on all fours?
Nope.
So how far did it run?
It was getting stuck in the mud because it was in like thick mud.
Really?
And it took, I'd say, a good 4 or 5 steps. Because like I said, it had a hard time getting moving. And once it got out of that mud, it was in the woods, it just disappeared because it's real dark. Getting the evening time, the woods are dark, and it's a dark creature. It wasn't black, it wasn't brown, and all I could say, it was dark and hairy. You couldn't tell the height of it because it was sinking into the mud. But even sunk in the mud, it still looked taller than me,
So how tall do you think it was?
Oh, if the guess, I'd say, every bit of 7 feet or better.
So you're about 6 foot.
Yeah, I'm 6'2".
6'2". You're
And
same size
it was broad. I mean, it wasn't a narrow body. It wasn't a hunter, because I knew the other people that were hunting, but they were on the other side of the road. Me and brother-in-law were the only one in that woods.
It wasn't a hunter in a ghillie suit.
No.
No way.
No way. There ain't no way. Nobody goes back there.
Nobody goes back in there.
Not back there where he was. If they did, they had to go in by airboat, because you ain't walking back there. I mean, we barely made it back there because of the tidal creeks and stuff. And during small games, there ain't nobody in these woods. Nobody comes up here to hunt small game.
Right.
A lot of times it's just us, nobody else. I mean, many times it's been me and brother-in-law and a couple other friends of mine. That's it. Nobody else in the woods. Yeah,
So
it was remarkable. It was like something I'll never forget.
did it look over at you?
It kind of glanced that way because it knew something wasn't right. I mean, you could tell the way it took
It wasn't
off.
concerned.
Yeah, it had no fear. It didn't realize I was going to cap it. I was going to take the shot. I mean,
How come you didn't take a shot?
didn't have a sight picture of it. As soon as I got it in my scope to get the picture of trees and everything else, I couldn't take a shot.
You
And I
lost
wasn't going to go for anything. I'm going to try to put it down good. I'm not going to wound it, One of the things comes back after me because I wounded it, I'm going to try to put it down. I'm going to try to put it down. That way, like somebody says, you want evidence? Well, here it is. No one. I don't know why no one's done it
So
yet.
you want a body for science?
Yep. That's it. Sell it to the
Well,
highest
there's only
bidder.
2 types of hunters.
Yep. Sell it to the, unless it tastes like chicken.
But respect them as Sasquatch people or a body for science.
Yep.
There's only 2 ways going down.
Then people will know. So here it is, right there it is.
So it was all black.
Dark.
How long was its arms compared to a man's?
Oh, it had long arms. Long arms.
So this is no little skunk ape. This is
Oh,
a
no.
full-size Bigfoot.
If it was a skunk ape, it was a big one. That's because this was.
What was the
wasn't
shape of its
small.
head?
Well, now you think about it. Yeah, I didn't really get a really good look at the head because of the way it was moving. But
Was
I
it
guess
conical shaped or
Yeah, it'd
was
be
it
like
round?
almost teardropped, almost like. It
Did
wasn't.
it-
It
How
wasn't-
long was its neck?
Yeah, I really couldn't tell you that either. Didn't pay attention to that part. When I threw up, I was trying to get a chest shot. I really didn't pay attention to that.
So you knew right away it was a Bigfoot.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't. It wasn't no bear, and what else could it be? I've been in the woods a long time. I've seen a lot of weird stuff, and this wasn't right.
Oh, you've seen a lot of weird things.
Yep,
All right, we probably got some more videos coming up for that.
yep. It was different.
So, did it make any sounds?
Nope, never heard a sound. Didn't even hear it when it was running out of the mud.
Interesting.
That was what really
Interesting.
wild because everybody else, when you walk in the mud, you hear your feet go, make that
Right.
suction noise.
How many yards away were you?
Oh, I'd say the most 75, between 50 and 75, because it was a close shot for the 22 mag.
So you think you should have heard sounds?
Yeah, you would have thought for sure, going through that mud.
And he was having trouble getting through the mud.
Yep, at the very beginning. That's what's that, I think that's what spooked the hog. I think he tried to get a jump on the hogs,
Right.
and then he got stuck in the mud himself, and then the hogs just took off. And it was a lot. I mean, you heard the hogs when they were coming through. You heard them.
So they were so scared they weren't
Yeah.
even concerned about you
Ran
guys.
right past
Did the
us.
hogs see you?
Oh yeah, they ran right past us and didn't even care about us.
See, that's a
And
sign.
they,
right
they weren't
there.
probably 3 or 4 feet from us when they ran by us.
Yeah.
And
Wild
there was-
pigs don't come up to you in the wild, do they?
Nope. And there was a good, at least 20 of
Not
them.
on purpose.
Yeah, really, not on purpose. Yeah. Every now and then you get a stupid one.
Every once in a while they'll come up, and when they
Yeah.
do, they're surprised.
Yeah.
Now, were you guys camouflaged sitting in your chairs?
Oh yeah, small game.
How much camouflage were you? Could a human see you, make out who you were?
You know, probably not when you're sitting still, because humans see movement. You know how that works. When you're sitting still,
Right.
and we put palm fronds in front of us and behind us.
So you're
break
pretty
our
well
sil-
hidden.
Yeah, break up your silhouette. Yeah, you got to be sneaky for the hogs.
So Bigfoot came running through the swamp, totally with its focus totally on the hogs.
The
And
ambush hogs. That's what I believe. He was
did he turn off because he saw you guys, or? You
Well,
think-
the hogs ran towards us, and I guess he had to see us
Oh yeah.
because he was following them hogs, and then like I said, I know he had to see me move because then he caught that bit of movement. Had to, otherwise I'd have got a shot off. When I moved in my chair to get a better position so I could get a shot on, because I was trying to shoot on my left side, so I had to move. And when I did, the chair makes noise. My little hunting chair, it ain't like this one; it's quiet.
Right.
And he had to hear it, had to, because the way he acted, and then he was gone. For 5, 6 steps, gone.
So what do you notice about his steps? Were they? How many? How many? How many?
Oh, I
feet
can tell you
between
when
his
he
stance?
takes them stride steps, he's covering some distance. I mean, they look every bit of a yard probably in a stride probably.
So that was something you picked up right away.
Oh yeah,
his big
'cause-
long
Yeah,
strides.
just boom, boom, and he was gone. Several steps and gone.
Yeah, that is like the most common.
Yep. Disappeared in them woods.
3 steps and they're across
Yeah.
the road.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how you know you're looking at a Bigfoot.
He was gone quick. He didn't stick around.
So did he have really big hands?
From the distance, you really couldn't see the hands.
Could you see his face?
Didn't see no face. Couldn't see no eyes, or
So was his arms longer
because
than?
I was seeing him trying. I seen the backside of him trying to haul ass to get away. If I'd have shot him,
Did he have
it'd
any
been
missing hair on him?
no. If I shot him, it'd have been a back shot or in the back of the head shot. As he was taking off.
So would you have a 22 rifle?
22 mag.
22 mag. So you probably would have used a 17 tubular magazine to get him down.
Well, that was my Ruger, and it's only a 10 round or 22 mag. And
Yeah.
it's a bolt action. So now brother-in-law, he had a Remington next to him, which is semi-automatic. He could have unloaded next too. So
What did he think about this?
brother-in-law was just shocked.
He saw it too.
Yep. I
The
wish
whole
he was
thing.
here right now. He was shocked. He couldn't believe it either. And like I said, he's been with me twice when we seen him, and it's like that was just unbelievable.
So you both agreed it was a Bigfoot?
Oh yeah, yep.
And you guys aren't prone to imagining things like unicorns in the woods or,
Yeah, really.
or
Well, so like I said, seen a lot of weird things in the woods, and been in the woods a lot, and you're gonna come across weird shit.
I know you hunt a lot. And
Yep.
I've been hunting with you. I mean, I've seen you find packs of hogs where we
Yep.
didn't know they were there in the palmettos, and
Hogs-
you dropped a deer running across the road in one shot. So I know you're an experienced
One shot with a
hunter.
22 in the head.
One shot. Yeah, you don't want to say that, but
Yeah.
22 in the head.
yeah, he's not a babe in the woods. I mean, you know what you're looking at.
It was
So
different.
what would you tell a scientist sitting here right now saying, Ron, you're full of shit.
Yep.
There's no such thing as a Bigfoot on this planet. There's no bones. There's no. You couldn't have seen a Bigfoot. What would you say?
Come with me hunting.
Get out of your
Hope for the
effing
best.
office.
That's all I can say. When
Tell
I
them to
get
get out
one,
of their office.
yeah, when I get one and I bring it to you and say, well, there it is.
So do you
that's the
think
only way-
you think you could have dropped it? It was an animal.
Oh yeah. You have to go.
He wasn't fading
something
in and
that big,
out.
Something that big and everything, you'd have to go for a headshot. Simple as that. Being a 22 mag. Now, if I had my 270 or something like that, it'd been a different story, But 22 mag, you're gonna have to bust it because it was a big thing, It wasn't a little thing. It'd be like shooting a big old 400-pound hog or better. You're gonna have to shoot it in the head.
So his
Drop it.
shoulders, how far apart was his shoulders?
Oh, he was
compared to a man?
wide. Oh, he was. That's why you could tell it wasn't a person because of how. I mean, there ain't people that freaking wide. I mean, I'm a big fat boy, and I know other big fat boys, and none of us are that wide.
So how much wider was he you? I mean, you're a big guy. You're
yeah, he was a lot wider
extra
than me.
large.
He would have dwarfed me.
Really?
Oh yeah, every bit. And you know they had to weigh a lot the way it was sinking.
Did you go over there and look for prints?
No, it was getting dark and we had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, next time call me.
Yeah, and all these hogs were running, you know.
I keep several types of casting powder in my truck.
Yeah.
It's starting to get old.
It'd have been.
I got to use it.
Probably been some good prints in that muck.
Yeah. So
Especially
what
when
is
it came
water
out.
and muck?
Yeah. There's tidal creeks that run. You got to cross 2 tidal creeks to get back there.
So he's living back in there.
Yep. And it's all heads.
You want to say where it's near? If you say where it's at, an intersection, you're going to have people going back there looking. So if you
Yeah.
want to say it, say it. If you don't want to, if it's your hunting spot,
Yeah, it's
don't say.
It's in the woods.
It's in the woods. In the woods in Dixie County,
Dixie
Florida.
County. Yep.
So Dixie County.
And Lower Swanee.
Lower Swanee.
Yep.
Well, I know there's big. I've seen Bigfoots out here, so I know there's Bigfoots
Yep,
here.
there's stuff out here that's unbelievable. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Okay, so that's anything else you want to say about that story?
No, you just had to be there.
Would you see his eyes?
Nope. Like I said, he was turning away,
Turning away.
getting the hell out of Dodge. It knew the hog buster was on him.
So he was looking. He was hunting hogs himself.
He probably seen us before we seen him. You know, I bet.
He's looking for pork.
Yep. He wanted hogs. And if they say they're vegetation or whatever, well, this thing was chasing hogs. If it wasn't chasing hogs, it sure scared the hell out of them hogs. You know, why would if he wasn't eating hogs, why would the hogs run away like that? You know, it'd be like deer walking with the hogs. They just walk together. You would think, you know. Well, these hogs knew something wasn't right. They were hauling
you
ass.
would think like deer and hogs walk together.
Yep.
They're not scared of each
Yep.
other.
They knew something was going down.
Yeah.
They got the hell out of Dodge.
So they weren't afraid of
And
you,
it-
which they
Yep.
normally would be. They're afraid of Bigfoot.
And they didn't run like they normally run in the woods when they see how they just trot. These hogs were booking. They were running. I mean, they were running like somebody shot at them, you know. They were running.
I had a big hog running 35 miles an hour. It went faster than overtook my truck doing
Yeah.
35 miles an hour in
These
the woods.
hogs were doing that. They
So
were
he's
booking
doing
it.
that 30 and 35. How many hogs were there?
Oh, at least 20. There was a hell of a pack of them, big ones and little ones. You
So
know,
he's looking to snatch one or two.
Yep, there was a couple of nice sows in there, and there was a bunch of little pigs, you know, little, I'd say, 20, 30 pounders. You know, they were booking. They were the fastest ones.
So you didn't hear any sound coming from its feet?
Nope, not a freaking sound. I don't know if it's because of the herd of the pigs or the way he walks, what he kind of, but I didn't hear not a sound. Not a sound. And he come out, and we seen him, like I said, he was having a hard time getting his legs like that out of that muck, and then he was out of the muck, 2 steps or better, and then gone. A couple more steps, he was gone.
So even Sasquatch walks through swamps like us and fucking gets stuck.
Yep, that murky stuff, man, like quicksand out there. He takes the best of them.
So he had a big problem. How deep was the water?
Well, the water ain't probably 6 inches, but you sink a foot. And being that heavy, he sunk probably even farther. And I guess Bigfoot like that, you'd think it'd be like
That's
snow skis
amazing.
or snowshoes or something. You would help them not sink that far. But
I mean, think about it. You're telling a story about a primate in North America that you saw with your own eyes. A lot of people listen to stories. They don't grasp really what you're getting. I mean, you're not bullshitting. You're not lying. I know you're not lying.
Nope.
You're not going to tell a story. I mean, this
Yep.
is the first time I've heard this story.
Yep,
Billy, is he lying?
I've told Bill several times.
Speak up.
No,
Does he tell stories?
no. Everyone, I've known him for
I haven't heard him any
30
make up any
years. Every
stories.
story's consistent.
Over-
I've been there
over
Well, you
for-
got
30 years.
scientists watching this right now, and they're probably going, "Come on, you misinterpreted what this thing was.
Yeah.
It was a bear on 2
Yeah.
feet."
Yeah,
What would you say to that?
Little of that,
I'm not doubting you. I know
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
saw. I know what you saw.
I know what bears look like.
But there
I've seen
are
bears.
people out there that just,
We don't have
They
a
don't
lot of
bite.
bears. And the bears that we have out here, the ones I've seen with him especially, and my other buddy, it had a collar on. This thing didn't have no collar on. It was walking. It was on 2.
now, what was his stance? Was he perfectly upright, or hunched over a little bit, or?
Yeah, he was hunched over because he was having a hard time getting out of the mud. I mean, his hands were damn near almost on the ground, like he was almost pushing himself out of the mud. But I don't think his arms ever.
Did he
touched
break
the
any
mud.
trees on the way out, or
No.
did he grab anything?
I didn't see him grab nothing. Just get the hell out of that mud and gone.
How long was its hair? Could you see his hair hanging down with his arms? 75 yards is
Oh.
pretty good distance.
Yeah, all you could see, you could tell it was hairy.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell if it was 8-foot hair, 3-inch hair. It was hairy.
And there's no way it was a guy in a ghillie suit
No.
chasing
there ain't
hogs.
no way.
No gun, no backpack, no nothing.
Not during small game. Not out there.
Not small game, yeah. Small game.
Yep. I was like, nah, there wasn't no way like that.
Yeah, because you know the area. You're out there
Yeah.
hunting. That's your
Oh,
area.
yeah.
So, you know if there's anybody out
I've
there.
hunted that place over 20 years.
That's why you go there, because there's nobody
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah,
So,
I know the area quite well.
you know it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a Bigfoot out there in the last 20 years besides
Nope,
that time?
that's first time.
First time.
First time. And just now started seeing bears out there.
You just now
last
started
year.
seeing bears last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've only seen bears for
Yeah.
the last 2 years ever. The guy over there told us that they've been dropping nuisance
Yeah,
bears.
nuisance
into
bears.
Oh, so they dropped nuisance bears in this
Yeah.
area.
That's what
we were told.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
Yeah, and then like
That's
that,
why
you
they're
could tell there
collared,
wasn't no
'cause
bear.
That's why the bear's collared, because he's a
Yeah,
nuisance.
I've had bears.
So you saw a
scope.
collared bear, so he's a
Yes.
nuisance bear. They drop him off in
Yes.
there.
Yep.
Seen a collared
I mean, me and him was hunting during gun season, and I seen one. I thought it was a big hog coming in.
Right
I
off
looked
the
up. I said, "It's a bear, dude."
main line.
You know,
I wonder what Bigfoot thinks when he sees a bear with a freaking collar on him.
Yep. Yeah, and then, like I said, you get a
Does
better,
a bear communicate with a Bigfoot guy?
Yep.
I'm a fucking nuisance.
and you get a better view of everything when you're looking through a scope. I mean,
Yeah.
you got
Oh, you looked at
magnification.
through the scope.
Yeah, my 22 mag's got a scope on it.
What kind of scope? 4
3
by 32? Is it a 44
No.
millimeter, 50 millimeter?
3 by 9 by 40.
40 millimeter.
Yep, good view.
So the
Good
human
crystal
eye is
clear.
50 millimeters. So 40 millimeters is a very good
Yeah, I
light
like-
gathering
I like-
scope. That's what I hunt with.
Yeah, that's what I like. Bigger.
So when you look through it was it 5 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yep.
So you look through at 5 o'clock, it's really like 4
yeah.
o'clock looking through that
I had a
scope.
nice clear picture. There was no,
So what power was the scope on?
I think I had it on 5.
5.
Yeah,
So
I
you're
keep it in
right
the
up
middle.
close on it.
Yep.
75 yards, 5 power.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
were
I had a good view.
you're
Like I-
about 50 feet from it.
Looking back, but like I said I was looking at the back side of it.
Right.
You know,
By the
trying
time you got the scope up, you're looking at the back side.
to, yep, I was trying to get a shot off.
And there's no way it could have been
And-
anything
and-
else.
And it wasn't just like this kind of shot. I mean, it's a shot, because he's moving. You know?
So you totally assessed the situation. It was
Yeah.
a biped.
Yeah.
You identified it when as a Bigfoot, when you first saw it, or when it turned, or what?
When it was having a hard time getting out of the mud,
Oh, okay.
that's when I knew, right? Because a bear would have been 4 paws stuck in there, or trying to crawl itself
Right.
out or something, And it would look like almost like a human stuck in mud, But it was too big. You could tell when I threw that scope up. You could tell it ain't a human. And even my brother-in-law, who's sitting next to me, he's got a 3 by 9 by 40 on his 22. Because they're both my 22s.
Did he pick the scope up and look
Oh
through it?
yeah, he was looking too.
Why didn't he take a shot?
Brother-in-law was kind of scared to pull the trigger
Not that
on
I
anything.
condone that.
Yeah, he's kind of scared to pull the trigger on everything.
Right.
And he knew
So
it.
unless
It was only like
he
his
wouldn't really
second-
be out there if you weren't there.
No, he was. It was only his second year of hunting with me.
Second year hunting.
Yeah.
Is that his first Bigfoot?
Yep. Yep. First time he's ever seen anything.
Is he still
Hogs.
talking about it today?
Oh, I'm
Is
sure
he
he does.
traumatized?
Well, he's not with my sister no more, so I don't get to see him no more. He ran off with a crack problem, so he's got problems right now.
But he's not prone to making up stories.
Nah,
and-
he would agree with it.
Yeah, he would agree with it.
Yep.
You both agreed there's a Bigfoot on the spot.
Oh yeah, I mean, had to be. It can't be nothing else.
Did you walk out of the woods in the dark that night?
Oh yeah. Told my buddies are waiting for me to come out of the woods.
Did you
They're
tell your
waiting.
friends it was a
Oh,
Bigfoot
yeah.
you saw?
Two of my best friends were out there waiting for us coming out of the woods.
Did they believe you?
One of them does, the other one don't. They're brothers. One of them, yeah, he knows, because he knows I ain't bullshitting. It's like my buddy Bill over there. He knows I ain't bullshitting about
Yeah.
it. This is, hey, we can bullshit about other things.
I mean,
This
I
is-
believe you. I'm
this
just
is
asking
something-
these questions because
Yeah.
people out there will ask questions.
Oh yeah, this is something just you can't believe it till it happens to you. That's all I can say,
Sure.
I mean, people are gonna say, "Oh yeah, you're crazy. Yeah, oh yeah. Were you drinking? No, I don't drink at all." And everybody who knows me knows I'm not. I don't drink no alcohol at all. Don't do
Yeah,
alcohol.
I've never seen you drink alcohol.
I don't.
So on a scale of 1 to 100, you're 95% sure it's a Bigfoot, or 100%, or 50%?
I'd say 100% myself.
100%. From your
'Cause-
story, it sounds
yeah.
like 100%.
I mean, what else could it be? I mean, it's simple as that. What else could it be?
Yeah.
I mean,
There isn't anything else.
no. I mean, all the other animals. I mean,
Maybe it's just a dog man.
Yeah, could have been. I dropped it either way, but
A dog man would be
Yeah.
even more crazy.
Yeah, whatever
That it
it
exists.
is, I'm dropping it when I see it because there's your evidence, and I'll sell it to the highest bidder.
So you think if you would have pulled that trigger, he would have fell forward?
Well, hopefully,
22 Magnum, I'm sure he would, yeah.
you gotta go for a headshot, like you said.
Oh, yeah.
You shoot anybody in the head, it's gonna drop. I mean, anything. and it'd have to be a head shot. And then, like you said, then you hear those rumors. Well, oh, if you drop one, the other ones take the body
Yeah.
away and all this. Well, I don't want.
My source says you're not going to drop one.
Yeah, you may
know, 'cause
not. You may not.
That's why nobody's got a body,
Yep.
because there are
Well, a lot of
factions
people-
of government that have a body, but they went through great lengths to
keep it.
to get it.
Yeah, mine
They
be
knew
on,
what was the challenge, and they have it.
mine
They
will
want
be
the
on
DNA.
Craigslist or eBay.
Right. But that's why typical hunters like you are out in the woods all the time with your rifles, and you're willing to shoot when they're not dragging a body out of the
There
woods. Now,
ain't no-
why is that?
There ain't no law saying you can't. A lot of people.
Was there anything in your mind telling you not to shoot? Do you look
Nah.
back on it?
No, I was ready. I was just waiting for a clear shot. There ain't no law saying you can't kill them
No.
because they don't exist.
There will be after you shoot one.
Yeah, the people are saying they don't exist. They don't exist. Well, if you prove they exist, then you can pass a law. Hey, we can't shoot this as an endangered species. Okay, then. Well, at least somebody's brought one forward. Then you got other hunters who say they've seen them, but it looked too human to shoot it. Well, if it's some guy driving around in a suit looking like a Bigfoot, he shouldn't be walking in the woods during hunting season.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with a bunch of crazy rednecks like me.
Oh, you're supposed to have orange. Are you supposed to have orange on during
No, not
small game season?
Nope. Small game, no orange. Small game and archery, no orange. Yep.
Did you see? Was he holding anything? Carrying anything? No backpack, no belts, no glasses, sunglasses
no
on his head.
AR-15.
Just nothing but hair.
Yeah.
But you would never see a man in a ghillie suit hunting would have something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
boots on, clothes,
Boots.
bug spray.
You didn't see any boots.
Thermocell. Yeah.
Can of DEET,
Yeah. No.
baseball cap, hunting.
Like, it was a quick thing. It didn't
Would have at
last
least a
long.
spear. I mean, if
Yeah.
you don't like guns, you'd have a spear. You'd have something. You wouldn't chase hogs with your bare hands.
Unless he's a bad mother and just snaps them and picks them up or something.
I mean, that's probably the biggest point right here. You're not going to go after a pack of 20 hogs. These hogs are big, right?
Yeah. Well,
50,
some of
100
them were.
pounds?
A lot of them are small.
Yeah, usually
The
a lot
biggest
of
hogs are only 200 pounds probably.
200 pounds is a pretty big
Oh,
hog.
yeah. But he's probably after the little ones probably. They're baby back ribs.
So a hunter, I don't care who you are, you're not going to put a ghillie suit on and go chase hogs
Yeah.
with nothing when they're 200, a pack of 200, a
Yeah.
pack of hogs that are 200 pounds.
You're a braver man than me.
Yeah, and you've been hunting your whole life. Yeah, I
I
would
don't-
do it either.
I don't do it that way.
You don't. Nobody does it that
Yeah.
way.
I
Nobody.
I use firepower or archery.
I've seen people go after them, jump out of a tree with a spear and all
Yeah.
that. I would do that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's you're not going to go after them with a ghillie suit
Yeah.
in the mud.
Yeah, if I was 16, maybe I'd try it, but not at 55.
I've never heard of it. Billy, have you ever heard anybody chasing hogs in a ghillie suit without even a knife or anything with them?
Not yet.
No. I mean, I'm just asking these questions. 'cause
Oh,
other people are gonna
Bear
say it.
Gills would probably do it though.
So there probably shouldn't be a single comment on this video about that story, except, wow, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
Okay, now your second story. You have another story.
My second Bigfoot sighting,
Okay, where was this at?
Mallory Swamp.
Where's that at?
It's in, I guess, by Mayo.
Mayo, Florida.
Yep.
Not far from here.
Mid Florida, Upper Florida, or was it near us in
It's
Swanee?
close to
Yeah,
here.
let's see, it's not too
40
far from here.
miles.
What, just north of Stanahatchee.
Okay, so everybody can look that up. Steinhatchee's north of this
Yeah.
place.
But Mallory Swamp is very popular for hog hunting.
I've been there.
How do you spell it?
Mallory Swamp?
Mallory.
Yep, Mallory.
Just like it sounds?
M-A-L-L-O-R,
Right.
Y,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay, so what time of day was it?
This was dark. We were coming out of the
You're
woods.
hunting. Oh, you're coming out in the dark after
In the
hunting the
truck.
last hunt of the day.
Yep.
So you
We-
went
well,
in
we-
during the daytime. You came out in the dark.
Yeah, we come out. It was probably, say it gets dark at around 7:30. It was probably 8. Because we were all hanging out in the truck talking, waiting for a couple other friends of mine to come out. Because they were new. They were going to follow my truck out. I was the lead truck in my truck. Me and my brother-in-law were in my truck. His friend and another friend of his was in their truck in the back. They were following us. We were coming down the backside of Mallory Swamp, which is by Lafayette Creek, which is in Lafayette County. And the Mallory Swamp has got like canals all around the edge of it and everything, where it's water and it's thick and a lot of pines and scrub oaks and stuff like that. It's a totally different woods, As I'm coming down the road, got the high beams on, because we'll see if we see anything, as you're driving out of the woods at night. Something jumps the creek, stands in the middle of the road, hits the road, looks at the truck, and then one more step and it was gone. That quick. I looked at my brother-in-law again. Brother looked at me. I said,
Same brother-in-law.
Yeah, I said, we just seen another freaking Bigfoot. You believe that?
What year is this?
Same year.
Same year.
Same year. Different place to hunt.
So about 2014.
Because this was like after January, because Mallory Swamp has a special hog hunt.
Right.
It's like in February. You can hunt hogs with rifles.
Right.
And that's what we were there for. Well, we didn't get a hog.
So it's a
that day.
special opportunity
Yep.
hunt. Did you have to have a permit for
Nope. Anybody can go there. Mallory Swamp was damn famous in Florida for hog hunting because they got so many.
it? Right.
I mean, that place is loaded.
So they want you in
with
there
hogs.
shooting hogs. Okay,
You
so
can use dogs, anything.
so you're in a caravan of some vehicles.
Yep.
Driving, and you're in the front vehicle.
Yep.
So this thing jumps from the right side of the road to the left,
Yep. Instantly hit the road, stop.
and it got in your headlights. How
Oh,
far
high
was it in
beams.
front of your vehicle?
Oh God, that was close. That was probably
Close.
50, 60 feet.
50, 60 feet.
It was because I had high beams
So
on.
what
and
color
it
was it?
lit it up. It looked like reddish.
Reddish.
Yep. I'd say a reddish.
Was it a calico Bigfoot? You have
A
different
reddish,
colors?
like a red. No, it was like a reddish brown, almost like or a dirty red maybe.
Like a Chewbacca color.
Yeah, damn near almost.
Was it a man in a Chewbacca suit?
Yeah, if it was, he had a hell of a good leap.
Would you be insane to be out there in a Chewbacca suit rented from a party store?
Especially in Mallory Swamp. Yeah, you would be.
You would be stupid.
Because there are a lot of crazy drunk rednecks out there.
They would shoot you.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Did this Bigfoot have a backpack or hunting belt, or
Nope.
did he carry a gun, a
Nothing.
stick, boots,
Not
hat,
anything. And
thermocell?
and to clear that creek is probably to run around there. It's got to be every bit of 10 feet wide.
So he
Every
jumped the
bit.
creek in what?
Oh, it was
One jump?
All I seen was hit the road, then left the road and back into the woods.
So he jumped the creek in one leap,
Yep.
10-foot creek.
At least. It's got to be at least. 'Cause that thing is deep and there's a lot of big gators in there.
So he's an athletic Bigfoot. How big was he?
That thing was tall. You really couldn't tell because
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
oh,
12?
I'd say every bit of 7, 8. Because when he hit
So
that
he's taller than
road,
the average man.
when he hit that road, them headlights lit him up. He turned his head like half-assed towards me and then was gone. I mean, just leaped and gone. And you didn't hear no crashing through the woods. No time I speed up and stopped the truck and rolled the window down to look out there,
Yep.
out of that side. We didn't have our flashlights with us. You didn't even hear nothing. By then he was probably already gone or he stopped, and just was watching us, one or the other. Either he kept on running or he stopped and watched. Although I know we only see him at 2 seconds, if that. I mean, it was that quick. I mean, we're talking, driving down the road, high beams are on, discussing the bad hunt, because we didn't kill nothing. And all of a sudden we look, whoa, did you see that? And it was boom, it's gone. That quick, just boom, boom.
Did his feet touch the road?
Oh yeah.
How many
One.
steps across the road?
One.
2-lane road.
No, it's just a small dirt road.
Okay, so your typical hunting
Yeah,
tram.
yeah. Simple hunt road. You just enough for one truck to get down the road.
Well, you got to kind of like one truck and a half. One truck pulls up a little bit.
Not these roads in Mallory Swamp.
Okay, so it's one truck wide.
Yeah,
So it's about 8 foot wide.
yeah.
And he jumped across that road in one leap.
He hit the road in the center and then was gone. Because he crossed the creek.
Did he both feet
Boom,
touch the
boom.
center of the road?
Didn't look like it. Looked like one and one.
So his red hair.
Like he was doing a stride like that, just trying
Right.
to get out. Because I guess he was caught. Didn't want to be in them headlights.
So, like someone like Bruce Jenner, I mean, pre-Bruce Jenner,
Yeah.
could he, in the old days, could he have done that in a ghillie suit?
There ain't no way. He'd have to be like Shaq or something. Doing one of those basketball leaps or something, And even then, I don't think Shaq could do it. I mean, it was a hell of a leap.
So Shaq, what is it, some 9, so if
He's
it
got
was him in a ghillie suit, could he have done it?
I doubt it. That's a hell of a leap through that creek and then hit the road and gone. There ain't no way he could have done that. Nobody. No human, I don't think, could do that. There's no way. That creek is just too wide. And then it's not just a flat creek. There's brush, branches, trees, growing along the edge of it. And then clear everything and boom, boom.
Did he look at you?
For a second. I mean, he just turned his head like when he was crossing the road like that, just
Mhm.
boom. And that time, we caught a glow of the eye, a green glow.
Green glow.
Yep, a green. It looked like a buck glow almost, like a doe, I should say. A green glow.
What does his nose look like?
Didn't see that part.
See his teeth?
Oh, didn't see nothing. It happened so quick. All I saw was a quick blur.
Right.
I mean, because I'm probably doing. I wasn't going. The roads are pretty bad there. I was probably doing 20 miles an hour at the most, if that. Probably not even that fast, because those roads are pretty rough.
Hmm.
And like I said, we were moving, and I didn't stop till after we had crossed. Then I stopped. Then I speeded up to see if we could see when he went in the woods.
Did you see his ears?
No, didn't see no
You
ears.
saw his eyes and they were green
One-
in the
one
headlight.
eye.
One eye.
Yeah, because when he turned that way, yep, and I caught it.
Green.
Green.
Interesting.
Yep. And not. I mean, they weren't eyes as big around. They were just. I mean, they were bigger than human eyes. But It was pretty. It was different too. It
Would
was
you
quick.
want to bump into something like that out there? Is he that big?
It was big. It was. That was
Big
the
chest
quick.
on that one too?
Yeah. Wide frame, wide.
Did you see any memory glands?
No. No. That one was quick. I mean, that was a quick blur.
Anybody else in the caravan saw that?
No, they were behind me. They didn't see it. Because the roads are, when you're behind somebody, you ain't seeing nothing in front of
Your
you.
hunting buddies, they see any Bigfoots out there?
No. I don't know a lot of people that hunt that woods. I mean, there's a lot of people out there. And you,
Well, I know I hunt with you. You're pretty observant, so
Yeah.
you see, and you do see the things because I see you shoot the things you talk about, and
Yeah.
then you drag them out.
yeah.
So you're not, you're not
It was-
seeing things. You got a pretty sharp eye for that
It
stuff.
was-
I'll attest to that.
It was pretty wild.
Sharper than the average person.
Like I said, that one was so quick. It wasn't like the one in Lower Swanee. That one was quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it was over with. It was just like it just stunned you. 'Cause, like
Athletic
yeah.
Bigfoot.
You believe we've seen this again? And then you're 100 miles away or better from where the last one.
What was his arms doing?
I guess they were just swaying like that when he ran. The hell?
Some hood rat in a golf
It's
cart.
a golf cart rider. Got more money in stereo than the golf cart's worth.
Why would you play that?
Where else
out
can
here?
you drive a golf cart down
Peace
Main
and quiet, and they play that crap.
This is a good song.
Yeah. It's,
Get me rap.
I was saying, what other town could you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so, excuse me. Well, there's not much to say about that one.
Yeah.
So,
That was a quick one. It was just,
all right, well, we got all weekend, so we're
Yep.
going to ask you about
Hopefully
see
we'll see
some
another one.
other anomaly stories.
we're still in the Lower Swanee. We could see another one.
Well, let's wrap it up. We gotta go.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. These
Yep.
guys got to go to bed early. I don't go to bed early, but I do get up early.
Gotta get up early.
All right, thanks, Ron.
No problem, brother.
Say hello to all the YouTubers.
Yep.
Or goodbye.
Goodbye, YouTubers.
Leave your comments.
Hogbuster out.
We've been hunting this past couple weekends here. Told about 7 days in the last couple weeks in this one spot. Ron given his story of his Bigfoot encounters just happens to be a quarter mile from where I'm hunting. So I'm going to pass on hunting this morning, and I'm going to run the aircraft drone over his encounter in 2014 with the black Bigfoot, and had his brother-in-law next to him. And because from the stories I've heard from hunters, they move early in the morning. It's always early in the morning or at dusk. When you communicate with spirits, they call that the fold, quote unquote, the fold. And that's when entities can come through windows. So that would probably account for most of experiences people have. Happens early in the morning. You can't see it here, but the sun's getting ready to come up. And I think it's about 6:30 a.m. So I'm gonna see if I can run at least a couple of batteries through. Right now we got to drop Bill off at his hunting spot, get him out to his stand, and then I'll be out right when the sun's coming up. We'll run it through and see if we can catch anything out there. Ron doesn't want me to say exactly where this spot's at, but I can tell you I'm probably about a quarter mile from the Gulf of Mexico, up on Nature's Coast on Florida, west coast of Florida. So maybe we'll get lucky and see if we can see something. If anything, you'll be able to see exactly what the Sasquatch habitat looks like and match it up with his story. And he says there's a lot of tree cover, which there is out here, so we're not going to probably see much of the ground, but once we get further out toward the Gulf, that's what I believe. They're all out there. You can harvest food day and night out there. It's an endless supply. Supported many Indian cultures for thousands of years out here. Everything from fish to oysters, to small animals, all out in those marshlands. And the hogs like it too. So where the forest ends, the swamp ends, it turns into sawgrass, and then small thousands of little islands, and then the Gulf of Mexico. And that's all within a quarter mile of to the left. And right now I'm heading north. So we'll see what it looks like. Okay, well, they Ron and Bill just pulled me into this spot and they took off. So I'm here by myself in the dark in the swamp. And as soon as they pulled off, and while I was fiddling with my chargers, making a little bit of noise in the truck, them closing the door and taking off, I heard 2 wood knocks immediately right behind my truck. And this is the spot where Ron had his 2014 Bigfoot encounter. So I immediately quieted up and didn't make any noises, and that's all I heard after that. I didn't hear anything after that, just the 2 knocks. Definitely an abnormal, not a normal sound in the woods. There were 2 solid wood knocks. So Ron's gonna come back because he's still not feeling good. So I'm gonna wait for him to get back. So I'm gonna keep my camera ready. And anyways, we're right in the heart. This is the heart of the country right here. These woods are so thick you can't see more than 5 feet in there. So I'm not going to get any good footage with the aircraft, but I can send it out toward the marsh, toward the Gulf, which my bet is this time of morning, when the sun's coming up, they're probably going to be out there foraging when they think nobody's watching. And no hunters go out. It's going to be this way, toward that way. That's the Gulf of Mexico. And hunters don't walk more than usually 100 yards off the road. And this is the road right here. It's a gravel road. It goes north and south. So that's going to be out there in just like one of my last uploads, Cloaking Sasquatch. I believe it's number 4 episode. You'll see the footage that I got on that one is about 5 miles south of here, which is pretty close to my cabin, where, of course, we have continuous Sasquatch activity all year long, even in the summertime. The most sweltering months in the summer, those are the times where I've had the most activity, so which is really surprising. So the heat doesn't bother them. Okay, so I guess the next upload will be the aircraft going up. Bye.